Shalom, all praise goes to Yahawah, Ba'ashim, Yahawahshi, Ba'ashim, Hakodash, double honors to the apostles and others bear millstone. Citations, talking out there pushing this word. Sincerity and honesty, the whole full elect. And Brother Korah Allah to this verse be a quick lesson. Matthew 19, start 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? All right. Because the 12 disciples, when the Lord called them, they stopped what they were doing in the world and they followed the Lord, Yahawahshi. Well, yeah, through the Spirit of the Most High, Yahawahshi, Yahawahshi, immediately. All right. And those 12 apostles, all right, they also represent the brothers today, because although the Bible speaks about the apostles and other men that came up in the truth, you had other men that aren't written in the Bible that also followed in Yahawahshi, Yahawahshi. All right, so that will represent the same way that at the time the disciples that became apostles followed Yahawahshi, Yahawahshi. That's the same way, the Spirit is dealing with us. Once we hear the word, to basically come out this world, stop doing or partaking in the wickedness of this world, but to follow in righteousness of Yahawahshi, Yahawahshi to the best of our ability. It says, Matthew 19:28, and Yahawahshi said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory. All right, so it says, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me. All right, because in the regeneration, and the word regeneration goes back to really reincarnation. All right, back in the flesh. All right, it says the action of process of regenerating or being regenerated, in particular the formation of new animal or plant tissue, the regeneration of inner cities, the action of process of regenerating polymer fibers. Well, when you go into the root of it, the word regeneration basically goes back to reincarnation. All right. And says, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne. So Peter was there Peter was there, and Peter died, all right, along with the men of the Lord. And basically they've been regenerated or reincarnated over time. Okay. And those men are back here again today. And no one knows exactly who, no one knows who's who. All right, but those men are back here again today, along with the other prophets. All right, that's why the scriptures say, quick, spirit, subject. Let's see if it pops up. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 14:32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. All right. Let's see, just want to see. Concern, substance. All right. The structure of the economy is the subject of this chapter. A person or thing that is being discussed, described, whatever. All right. But it says, and the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. All right. Meaning that, once you came as a prophet in your past life, all right, in the reincarnation, you're going to have that same spirit, the spirit to prophesy. All right. So that was the point on that. So it says, Very I say unto you that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory. Which we are approaching that time, which is going into the kingdom. The Son of Man is talking about Yahawahshi and sit in his glory, sitting here in rulership and his power. All right, when he comes to deliver the nation of Israel, starting the elect. All right, the Lord's gonna sit in his glory. It says he also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So you're gonna have those men back again, and they're gonna be in position of rulership. All right, sitting on the thrones, judging Israel. Okay, but everyone that follows the Lord in that time is going to be set up as kings and priests, set up in rulership. All right, all Israel's gonna be basically saved. Even the 2/3 is gonna be saved. Although on this side they have to be destroyed, but even the 2/3 is gonna be saved. Let's see something real quick, and I'll get that too about the 2/3 that'll have to be saved. But let's see. Matter of fact, Revelations, because I'm basically just as real quick as going into Deliverance, you know, and how much we need the deliverance. Revelations 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Okay. My command to preserve. Yeah, that's right. Preserve the commandments, to keep them. All right, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, the law, statutes, commandments. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Right. So, we follow the Lord unto death. The Lord said, "Listen, you follow me. I'm going to protect you from the hour of temptation," and that's going in ultimately to the Almighty microchip. All right, the elites, the so-called white man, the devil coming down with great wrath and bringing his new world order, which is going to consist of the Almighty microchip, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And this thing is already kicking off, and it's starting off with the crack scene, but then it's going to advance. They're going to push farther, and they're going to bring out what they really want to bring out, which is that MOB. All right, the mark of the beast, the Almighty microchip. It says, "Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast." So we're supposed to hold on to this truth, man, and not let it go. Studying, researching, reading, fasting, praying, all right, fellowshipping, prophesying, the main thing, going out there on the highways and byways, putting up these lessons. Behold, I come quickly, hold fast with which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Right, man. You don't want to lose that crown, man. All right. You don't want to lose that crown. You want to receive that crown. All right. You want to receive that throne. Yeah, that was that. Then I know in Matthew it says, I get another one real quick. In Matthew it says, "Keep my word." I know it's 24. I believe it's 24. To the end. Keep my word. All right. So it's stacking up a little bit. That's fine. That's okay. Oh, okay. So I read it wrong. This is Matthew 24:13. but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Right? Because, a lot of hell is going to break loose. All right? The spiritual demons, Satan's going to be at work. And, some people might fall out the truth. Some people might give up their faith. Some people might claim to be Israelites and then turn around and take the chip. You never know. Or deal with the crack scene. You never know. All right? And because iniquity shall go to the point, verse Matthew 24:13, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. The Lord will. All right, Yahawahshi, Yahawahshi willing. I've registered, myself and, the men out there pushing the word, we endure on to the end. Okay? Because that goes back to that deliverance, which we all need that deliverance. Okay, which we're going to get it. And I mentioned earlier about the 2/3. Even the 2/3 will be, they won't be going back on the first ride. All right, they won't be going back on the first ride, which is going into those chariots, delivering the elect out of the destruction of the thermonuclear missiles. But even the 2/3 are going to be delivered, man. All right, they're going to be in their right minds when they come back in the reincarnation in the kingdom. They're going to be in their right minds. Jumping around a little bit. Jeremiah 31. I believe it's 31, man. Yep. It says, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with thee, with the house of Israel. All right, the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts. After those days, after these days, after this kingdom is destroyed, and we get into the kingdom and the righteousness, the kingdom of Yahawahshi, Yahawahshi, the Lord's going to put his laws in the inward parts of the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, because our people run, even ourselves, man, we ain't perfect. We sin every day, break the law, statute, commandments, but then you have our people just running amok, doing whatever they want. No remorse. All right, no conscience, going into the laws, just committing all manner of wickedness, and also mainly following in Esau and these other gods. All right, it says, I will put my law in the inward parts. Let's see what that's saying right there. See, that's the spirit, their mind, and their mind. All right, that's exactly what it's talking about. And write it in their hearts, right? Because in the word of heart in the Hebrew is lab, and it's talking about the mind, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. All right. So we're gonna follow in Yahawahshi, Yahawahshi in the kingdom, and they shall teach no more, every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord. Right? We're gonna have to be out there in the Hawas and Zimbabwe's trying to wake up Israel. Israel's going to know, for they shall all know me from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord, for I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. Right? So in the kingdom, everything is going to be forgiven. All our wickedness is going to be forgiven. All right? The man of the Lord, wickedness is going to be forgiven. And really 2/3, their wickedness is going to be forgiven. All right? So our people are homosexuals, adulterers, drug dealers, drug abusers. That's really going into witchcraft and so on and so forth. People sold out. They've sold their soul to Esau or the devil for riches, ill-gotten gains. All right. Also, the list goes on. Okay, but the Lord said, "Listen, in the kingdom, I'm gonna forgive all that." Okay, and that's beautiful. Now, when you go back into Deuteronomy, chapter 7. I believe it starts at 6. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." So the Lord put Israel, basically Israel's above these different nations, man. Basically Israel's above all these nations. Although we're on the bottom now, we gotta have the mentality to be above all these nations, spiritually at least. Okay, we understand you're on the bottom. We understand we gotta take the crumbs. Okay, but we know spiritually, when you look these nations in the eye, when they talking that bullshit, it's gonna be a time when we rise above them. And you know what? Through the Spirit, they know that too. It says, "The Lord thy power has chosen thee to be a special people, a treasure." That's right. "Unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor chose you because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people." That's right. Because the Lord, but because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Right. And it said, he loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay. All right. It says that the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, and we're just going into our captivity when we were in Egypt. All right. And going into the Passover, right, and so on and so forth. And the second deliverance is going to be even greater. It's going to be even greater than the last deliverance, because spiritually we back in Egypt, representing bondage. Okay, so the Lord got to deliver us again, and this deliverance is going to be spectacular. Well, the last one was spectacular. All right, the way we left Egypt. Okay, the way the Lord had to humble those Egyptians and Pharaoh. Okay, what the Lord's gonna do this time, man, it's gonna top the sequel. Basically, is gonna have to outdo the original. Okay, and guess what, man? The nation of Israel is gonna be saved. The 1/3 first, okay, but then the Lord got to keep His promise. So all of Israel's gonna be in the kingdom in their right minds. And with that, I'll say all praise goes to Yahawahshi, Yahawahshi, Kakwadash, therein, apostles, those great millstone. Citations to Akhmat, pushing this word, and all sincerity and honesty. Shalom.